Hey everyone, Raj here. I hope you guys are well. Today I am back with a review on a fragrance from the house of Dior. This is part of their Privee collection, and the fragrance is called Granville. This was sent to me by the guy behind scentsamples.uk.com. So check out his website if you want to get some samples. Definitely a good selection on there, and he sent me these samples to basically just give my honest feedback on these fragrances. So Dior's Granville. The notes on this one are mandarin, lemon, thyme, rosemary, pine needles, black pepper, sandalwood, and gorse, which I think is some sort of evergreen shrub, something like that. I don't really know much about it. So, if I was to just summarize this fragrance really quickly, it's a kind of herbal, aromatic, piney, minty, fresh, slightly citrusy fragrance. It's a fragrance that is definitely best in spring and summer, warmer weather. It has great longevity, really performs well, especially in the opening few hours where it pushes off your skin. I got all day performance with this. It is an uplifting, invigorating, sort of sharp, bracing fragrance. It reminds me of like a traditional men's mentholated aftershave to kind of really liven up the senses, basically. The opening blast is really all about this kind of slightly orange-like pine note. It's really kind of like camphorous and really awakens your senses. You know, if you know the effect of Vicks Vapor Rub and what that does to your nose, that's kind of like what this fragrance does. It just kind of wakens up your nasal passages, and it's very invigorating, very sharp. There's a really sharp edge to this fragrance. There's no sweetness in here. There's no sweetness coming from any florals. There's no real sweetness coming from maybe a grassy vetiver or a wood. It's all about this really knife-like sharpness from this pine, maybe a bit of rosemary in there as well, and kind of like, as I said, very sharp citrus. The fragrance does kind of round out and mellow down a little bit as the hours go on, and I do actually get a kind of grassy type accord coming in later on, and a neroli note in there, which I detect, or maybe it's an effect of different notes combining to give me the effect of a lively floral citrusy neroli type note there, with the grassy accord still coming through, kind of like a freshness of like Mugler cologne, a fragrance from Thierry Mugler. Um, that's really what I get from this fragrance. It really does kind of continue in that one theme, and it's great. And pretty much what I've said is the whole fragrance from start to bottom. It's really well made. It is a particular style of fragrance done really well to a high level, and I think if you're into that kind of thing, this kind of eau sauvage kind of vibe, I think you would really like this fragrance. It could be perfect for occasions. It could be perfect for casual wear. I wore it to work on several occasions and performs well in warmer weather. So really, you can't go wrong if you like this style. But would I buy this fragrance? Would I add it to my collection? I already have one Dior Privee Ambre Nuit. Will this be the second one? No, it definitely won't be the second one, and there's a reason for that. Not because I dislike the scent, but because this style is not really my style, basically. I used to have a fragrance that I felt was very, very similar to this from the house of Gio F. Trumper, and guess what? I've actually forgotten the I've actually forgotten the name. Um, I'll leave the link down. I've reviewed it. I will leave the link down below. I probably should have looked it up before. Maybe it was called Wellington. I think it was called Wellington actually, and it was kind of similar to this. And if I'm honest with you guys, that came in a splash bottle, which wasn't ideal, but it's much cheaper than this. And I would go for, well, if it is called Wellington, I would go for that one. Um, but this is slightly better, but it's much more expensive. It's just not really my sort of thing. I do like sweetness from citruses to come through. I do like a bit more sort of woody notes and vetiver to be a bit more punchier. I want some maybe sweeter florals in there. This pine, like this rosemary and pine combination, kind of takes over the whole composition, really. And it's just not really my thing, but it is well made. And I'm going to give it a rating of 8 out of 10. It performs well. It's great for warm weather. It's quite versatile, I think, for occasions, and it's definitely worth checking out. It's maybe not the star of the Privee line. It's maybe not the one that you will gravitate towards. It's probably not the one that's mentioned a lot here on YouTube and other social media places. But maybe because it's overshadowed by, like Ambre Nuit and Bois d'Argent, Leather Oud Isfahan, scents like that. It's worth checking out. That's all I can say. So guys, if you have checked this fragrance out, if you own it or if you've sampled it, let me know. What do you think? Do you like it? Do you like this accord, this style? What other fragrances are in that kind of vein? Let me know. See you soon. Bye.